Hello and welcome to the very first episode of Metamorphosis with Tonusree. I'm Tonusree Majumdar and I'm so grateful that you are tuning in today. This podcast is a piece of my heart. It's born out of years of experience, some bold leaps, some quiet failures, and everything in between. You see, I have been working for the past 18 years now, across sectors, across cities, across roles. And what I have gathered isn't just knowledge from job titles, it's insight from making millions of mistakes. I started out as a shy, small town girl, unsure of how I would fit into the big picture. But life has funny ways of nudging you forward, sometimes gently and sometimes like a storm. Over the years, I have worked in places where I felt on the top of the world and in others where I felt like I was sinking inside. I have questioned myself endlessly. Am I good enough? Was this the right path? What's now? There were phases when I thought I have it all figured out, then suddenly life would throw me into the deep end. I even tried the entrepreneurship route, full of passion, big dream, and honestly, very, very little preparation. And guess what? It failed. Not in some dramatic movie scene kind of way, but quietly, slowly. Until one day I realized this chapter was over. Was it painful? Yes. Did it shake my confidence? Absolutely. But did it break me? No. Because I believe every step, even the one that feels like we are going backwards, are a part of a larger design. The word metamorphosis, yes, it kept appearing in my life like a whisper I couldn't ignore. I must have tried 100 names for this podcast, some catchy, some clever, but I kept coming back to this one word, metamorphosis. But why? Because it's exactly what this journey has felt like: a transformation, a shedding, a rebirth. Just like a caterpillar who willingly walks into stillness, wraps itself in a cocoon, lets go of everything it once knew, and emerges as a butterfly, vibrant, fearless, and new. But you know what we don't talk about enough? Yes, the middle phase, the cocoon. The silence, the darkness, the part where nothing seems to be moving, but everything is changing. We skip that in our stories. We rush to the success, to the 10x growth, to the look how far I have come highlights. But what about the in between? The doubt, the messy, the raw, the deep conversations we have with ourselves when no one's watching. That's what this podcast is all about. Metamorphosis is for all of us who are in that phase, or have been through it, or are about to go through it. This is for the professionals who have taken detours, the entrepreneurs who tried and didn't make it, not yet, the dreamers who paused, the creators who crashed, the quiet souls who kept going anyway, because guess what? We don't talk enough about what doesn't work. We post successes, we share promotions, we upload launch photographs, but when things fall apart, we go silent. So here's what Metamorphosis is going to do. Every few weeks, I will bring to you the story of a changemaker, a startup founder, a creator, a professional who dared to evolve. We'll have many parts to this story. First, I'll talk about social entrepreneurship, what it is, and many questions around it. Next, I'll introduce a social entrepreneur startup and its journey, and I'll deep dive solo, walking you through their backstory. And I'll have the founder join me for a real heart-to-heart conversation. No filters, no jargons, just the real stuff. Because we learn best not from perfection, but from people. And if you are wondering why should I listen to this girl and with her all detours, here's the truth. I am still evolving. There are days I feel completely in tune with my life, and there are days I feel lost. But I have stopped pretending. I have stopped running. And I have started listening to myself, to stories, to the quiet truth underneath it all. And I want you to do the same. One quote that has stayed with me for years. Yes, and it's from Bob Proctor. He said, if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. It reminds me that no matter how far the dream looks, if you can visualize it, it's already taken shape. And trust me, if I can rise from my setbacks and self doubt, so can you. So, yes, this podcast has to be called Metamorphosis. No other name even came close. It's a space for transformation and a reminder that you are not alone in your journey. We'll talk about grit, about pausing, about crying, creating, collapsing, and climbing up again. We'll sit with truth, we'll celebrate small wins, and we'll hold space for each other, cocoon to cocoon. So, here's what I want you to do next: subscribe to this podcast because we are just getting started. If this podcast and this episode made you feel seen, share it with your friends who needs to hear it today. Until then, take a breath, pause, and just remember, you are allowed to start over. You are allowed to grow differently, and you are always in the process of becoming. This is Tonusree sending you love, strength, and light, signing off from the introductory episode of Metamorphosis. Stay blessed, stay safe, and as always, ignite the fire within you. Bye.